Hi guys, today we're going to do life sciences and then we're going to deal with the ear and the eye and see how they function. But this is a revision, I know you know. It's just to clean up where you've got the misconception and you did not understand from the previous lessons. Have you ever thought about how does it happen for you to see the images and then to hear the voices, and why when you run and turn your head you are not falling? Let's see how does those things happen. Because you run, you come back, you change speed, but still you maintain your balance. Let's see how it works. So we've got keywords here, important terminology here. Organ of Corti, which is a receptor in hearing. We've got the crista, in plural, it's called the crista. These are the receptors that detects the changes in speed and direction of the head. The maculae, there are also the receptors which detect the changes in the position. And then the semicircular canals are those canals that look like the snail. They contain the receptors and they've got the fluid inside them. And then we've got the maculae, plural, singular, plural, maculae, singular, plural. These are the swelling part at the base of the semicircular canal. I think you are now seeing the ear. Vestibular, we are talking about the structure that is made up of circulars, articulars. These contains the maculae. And then the grommet, this is an instrument that is inserted in the tympanic membrane if you've got a problem with hearing. So we're going to look at the structure of the ear. As it is divided into three parts, we're going to look at the ear and the functions of each and every part of the ear. So, like I said, it is divided into three. We've got the outer ear. This is the outer ear here. We've got the middle ear, and then we've got the inner ear that will cover from the canals here inside. That is the inner ear. That we've got the outer part that we know that is made up of the cartilage, that is your pinna. And we've got this, the canal, ear canal. We've got the three bones here that are called the hammer, anvil, and stirrup. Easy to remember them. Hess. That is the sequence. So you know it's the first one is the hammer, the second one is the stirrup. And then, or you may call it, you may use the scientific words that we'll come across with when we continue with our lesson. Then we've got the semicircular canals here, these three canals. And then we've got this one that looks like a snail, which is the cochlea, and then this nerve that goes into the brain. And then we've got this bottom part that we call the eustachian tube. Then we've got this part that divides the outer ear and the middle ear, which is the tympanic membrane. Now we're going to look at the function of each and every part of these structures of the ear. Like I said, let's start here. We've got the three bones, 1, 2, and 3. So I said for you to remember when using the everyday language, you say has, which is the hammer, the anvil, and the stirrup. Or you may say miss. Miss for miliars, incas, and stapes. What are the functions of these smaller bones, the smallest bone of your body? They are all together. The name for all these three, that we refer to them as the ossicles. And what are their functions? Like I said, they are the smallest bones. They do what? They are there in the middle ear to transmit the vibration waves to where? To the oval window. Then let's talk to the pinna. The pinna directs sound into the ear. We don't call it, it is the eardrum, but you should use the scientific name, which is the tympanic membrane. Like here, I put the tympanic membrane here. Then this pinna, we said, what does it do? It directs the sound into that will go through the canal. Then this sound will travel through the auditory canal, which is the sound waves that we're referring to. And from here, we have this sensitive part here that is referred to as the tympanic membrane that separates the middle ear from the outer ear. And then when the sound waves get to this point, it starts to vibrate. Then when it vibrates, this vibration will be transmitted to the ossicles. Like now I'm saying that the function of the ossicles is to transmit the vibration that is from the tympanic membrane that is caused by the sound waves. Then we move to the inner ear. The inner ear here, the middle ear we already talked to when we talked to the anvils. Then the middle ear, when we talk to the ossicles, the middle ear here is filled with the fluid. Here we've got the semicircular canals here, these horn-like structures that are referred to as the semicircular canal, which they play part in the balance, the other function of the ear, and the orientation of the body. Then we've got this snail-like structure here at the bottom. Before we go to this snail-like structure, we've got the nerve here that goes to the brain that we refer to as the auditory canal that carries the impulse to the brain. Then we've got the part here below the ossicles that is referred to as the oval window. And then we've got the cochlea here. Cochlea is the snail-like structure that contains the organ of Corti as the receptors that will convert the sound mechanical waves from the eardrum into an impulse that will be interpreted as sound. The Eustachian tube that goes down here, it connects the throat with the middle ear and ensures the equal air pressure on the either side of the ear, meaning either side of the eardrum and either side of the eardrum. Then we did look at the structure of the ear and the functions. We were revising the functions, and then let's come to the questions so that we can see if you can answer questions based on the ear. There's a diagram here. The first thing you study the diagram, you see the semicircular canal, you see the Eustachian tube, you see all the parts in the tympanic membrane, the three bones that we refer to as the ossicles. You can see them there. It's the revision. Now, the diagram here represents the human ear. We can see it. Then it says identify A. We go to A, we look at A. And then, because you know the structure, you already gave the answer now. Then it's the Eustachian tube that goes down here. Then part B, we're talking this part, and then part B will be the round window. You can see it's round. Then part E, we're looking at part E here. This will be your cochlea here. Then, good, we answered the questions. We move to the next question. Again, we're looking at the diagram, and the questions are based on the diagram. You studied the diagram, now you can answer the questions. Then it says, provide the collective name for bones found at sea. We're talking these bones found at sea. The collective name, already I know you know, those are the ossicles. The his and the hes and the mis. And then the second one says, state two functions of these bones. Number one, they transmit vibration from where? From the tympanic membrane to where? To the inner ear. So you get a tick there to say they do what? They transmit the impulse. And for the direction of the impulse. Then we move to the next question. It says the structure labeled D, which is the structure that is labeled D, contains receptors. Remember the function of the receptors is to convert the stimuli to an impulse. Name the receptor found in that structure that we did talk to. Then the answer there will be the crystal. And then the next question it says, give the stimulus to which these receptors are responsible for. Then they detect change in what? In speech. So you see where the tick is. The tick is at where this answer, they detect change in speech. Then you've got it right. Then we go to ad break and come back and continue with our lesson. Go grab water, then we continue.